In the history of professional wrestling, few feuds have captivated and showcased the very essence of competition and intensity like the epic rivalry between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating narrative of their bitter rivalry, a feud that not only defined an era, but showcased the raw intensity and athleticism that made both men true legends of the squared circle. Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar are without a doubt two of the most legitimate wrestlers in WWE history. Both possess tremendous amateur wrestling backgrounds, making them stand out in the highly competitive world of WWE. Before his time in the WWE, Kurt Angle was no stranger to wrestling success, having been a high school wrestling champion, an NCAA Division I All-American, and in 1996, achieving his ultimate dream, the pinnacle of amateur wrestling, an Olympic gold medal at the Atlanta Games. He would defeat opponent after opponent until he achieved his gold medal. And what makes this feat all the more impressive was that he accomplished it with a broken neck. Angle was the first to make his leap into the world of professional wrestling, signing an 8-year contract with the WWE, then WWF, in October 1998. Angle debuted as a babyface American hero. However, this did not initially resonate with the more hardcore Attitude Era audience. Chants such as "You suck" would ring throughout the arena. The rejection led to his transformation into a conceited heel who belittled crowds, as they were not Olympic gold medalists. He would demand their admiration. He had a championing phrase, the 3 I's: intensity, integrity, and intelligence, and he lived up to all 3. Well, maybe not the integrity one all the time. Within just 11 months of his main roster debut, Angle had won King of the Ring and captured both the European and Intercontinental Championships. But Kurt wasn't satisfied. He wanted the company's top prize, the WWE Championship. And at No Mercy 2000, he would get his shot against the Great One, The Rock, who he defeated in a no disqualification match. Despite the match being plagued with ringside interference from the likes of Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Rikishi, Angle would ultimately pin The Rock with a massive angle slam, securing him his first ever world title. It did not seem possible that any wrestler could top Angle's debut in the company. But Brock Lesnar wasn't just any wrestler. He was the beast incarnate, the next big thing. Brock Lesnar's amateur wrestling pedigree and achievements fall one rung below Angle's. With an NCAA Division I championship under his belt, Lesnar was known for his sheer size and brute force. He would dominate opponents, finishing college with a record of 106-5. It was clear he was destined for greatness. While Angle's rookie year was impressive, Brock Lesnar's ascent was even more stunning. After making his main roster debut in 2002, Lesnar quickly established himself as the next big thing. With a rocket strapped to his back and the devious Paul Heyman as his advocate, Lesnar ran through the entire roster with ease, even defeating legends like Hulk Hogan and earning a WWE title shot at SummerSlam against, you guessed it, The Rock, where he won the WWE Championship at just 25 years of age, becoming the youngest WWE champion ever at the time, only a mere 126 days into his main roster career. Both Angle and Lesnar defeating The Rock for their maiden titles showcased to the world that these two men were the future of the business, and it was clear a clash between these two men was inevitable. A competitive rivalry and friendship formed between Angle and Lesnar, given their shared background as amateur wrestling champions. An alleged shoot wrestling match even once took place, with Angle just barely beating Lesnar, according to Angle himself. However, Brock is claimed to say that he would crush Angle in a wrestling match. We may never know what really happened in that shoot match. However, the rivalry began to take shape on screen on the road to WrestleMania 19, with Angle now the WWE Champion and Lesnar having won the Royal Rumble in January of 2003. The clash of these two titans was set. In the weeks leading up to Mania, Angle suffered yet another broken neck at No Way Out. Yet somehow was cleared to compete for WrestleMania. Angle is not one to back down with a broken neck, that's for sure. Their match at WrestleMania 19 would be a night of first, as it was the first WrestleMania to feature two amateur wrestling champions, and strangely enough, the first with two men wrestling under their real names. The match was an instant classic and perhaps one of the greatest pure wrestling matches in WWE history. The match was fast-paced and it was a technical masterpiece, filled with thrilling chain wrestling and high-risk maneuvers. The climax of the match would come when Lesnar performed a second F5 to Angle, and instead of covering Angle, Lesnar climbed to the top rope and massively botched a shooting star press onto Angle, nearly breaking his own neck and receiving a concussion. Angle would be forced to cover for the botch by pinning Lesnar for a near fall. After Lesnar kicked out, Angle picked up Lesnar only to be hit with a third F5. This F5 would do the trick and Lesnar would successfully pin Angle, winning the match and the WWE Championship. Their rivalry would resume in the summer of 2003 following Angle's rapid return from neck surgery. This led to another series between the two, with Angle reclaiming the title in a triple threat match involving The Big Show before defeating Lesnar by submission at the following SummerSlam. The feud would ultimately come to an end on the September 18, 2003 episode of SmackDown, where the two would square off in an outstanding 60-minute Iron Man match. This was the first time an Iron Man match had been trusted to receive an hour of network television time to tell a story of who can score more falls. This was the rubber match between the two, and billed as a pay-per-view level bout. The match did not disappoint, as the two men put on an absolute clinic. The match was extremely physical, with powerful moves exchanged between the two and many kickouts. The match would finally come to an end with a score of 4-5 in Lesnar's favor. Angle and Lesnar gave it their all to make the stipulation a hard-hitting match, and one of the best matches in SmackDown history. Angle himself would say it was one of the most intense matches he had ever been a part of in his entire career. Throughout the rivalry, comedic skits brought out sides of Lesnar that few had seen before, largely because his chemistry and relationship with Angle. The shift of face to heel dynamics and the rivalry also further displayed the versatility of the performers as individuals and together. The rivalry between Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar pushed them to new heights in the WWE, with their shared desire to be the best, enhancing each other's performances. Angle's transformation into the wrestling machine and Lesnar's versatility as a performer marked their enduring legacy in professional wrestling. The realness of the rivalry elevated them to a class of their own, forever etching their names in wrestling history. The two men would square off one final time outside of the WWE in a champion versus champion match, pitting Lesnar, the IWGP champion, against Angle, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Angle would make Lesnar tap to the ankle lock, taking all the gold and leaving Brock to take on the world of the UFC, where he would eventually become the UFC Heavyweight Champion of the world. And so concludes the story of the epic feud between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle, two of the wrestling world's finest competitors. Their rivalry was a testament to the incredible storytelling power of professional wrestling, where two warriors, each with their own unique styles and strengths, engaged in fierce combat, thrilling audiences and leaving an indelible legacy in the squared circle. The echoes of their battles still resonate with fans today, reminding us of the enduring power of professional wrestling.
Yeah!